Welcome back, horror fans, cinephiles, and Giallo enthusiasts. This is Tanner Leeser, your host for all things Giallo here on The King and Giallo, and this is another unscripted talking head movie review. This is for the 1968 caper Giallo, a hyena in a safe, and thanks to Celluloid Dreams, this previously forgotten Giallo film is now available on Blu-ray and I think 4K. Yeah, let's get right into it. So this will just be a movie review. This has nothing to do with the product itself. I will give them a product review down the line, but as of right now, this is just my initial thoughts on this movie. So I had covered this movie a couple years back in one of my Forgotten Giallo Films episodes covering 1968, and I don't really remember particularly what I said. It's been a while ago, but at the time I had not seen it, so I was writing it based off of what Troy Howarth had said. But yeah, let me get right into it. So I received this weeks back, finally watched it really early today. Technically, I stayed up, watched it really late in the morning. This is one of those proto-Giallo films that's, again, not most people's understanding of what a Giallo film is. It's not really a murder mystery. As we discuss all the time on here, that a Giallo film is way more than just a whodunit murder mystery. I will say, though, for a while, it does operate like that, and then it kind of throws that out the window. But yeah, so let me read you a little bit about this movie. As I said, 1968, proto-Giallo film directed by Cesare Canevari, who also wrote it along with Alberto Penna. The IMDb plot description is 4 notorious bank robbers: Klaus from Germany, Albert from France, Juan from Spain, and Karina from Tangiers meet up in an isolated castle to divide a large number of diamonds hidden there by their former, it just cuts off there, but the guy who masterminded the operation. I will be going into spoiler territory with this movie. I will try to just give my thoughts before that, but I will say this. Okay, so the first 10-15 minutes of the movie, I really enjoyed it. It was very much like all these robbers are, meeting up in about 11 months since the time that they had completed their heist, and they all have a unique key, and like all 6 keys are needed to go into the safe to open it. And so you're seeing their personalities. One of the guys is kind of this like hot shot, thinks he's Mr. Cool, all that. And he's kind of looks like he's trying to intimidate everybody. But they pull the safe out, and it's like on this platform under the pool, underwater. So it comes out, and the safe which is covered in lead or made from lead, was submerged this whole time. And I guess they say that they can't blow it up because if they wanted to, like the mastermind guy who's not present, they're wondering if whether he's on the up and up, like he didn't just take the diamonds. And like, well, he couldn't have, because if he did, it would have released radiation. Yada. So they all pull out their keys. They're all hiding them in different places, and then it turns out Mr. Hotshot guy with the striped suit, he's like, where's my key? No, I had it. And funny enough, he did bring a girl with him who's not a robber, like some French girl. And immediately I'm thinking, okay, either, I had a few theories initially. Also, one of the guys, I don't remember if it was the German guy, but one of the guys is this guy. He is like, something happened to his leg in the months since the robbery, and so he's on like a cane. His leg is like doesn't bend, and I'm thinking, okay, dude in the stripes, obviously he looks suspicious because he shows up and his key is not where it's supposed to be, which is supposed to be in this little like cigarette holder. And I'm thinking probably what most people are thinking, well, I wonder if his French girlfriend has anything to do with this. And then also I'm thinking the guy who is like walking around with the cane, I'm like, I don't believe he's actually handicapped. I don't believe that's the case. But so for the next 10 15 minutes or so, they're trying to sweat him. They're trying to basically get him to admit what he did with the key. They even go to his French girlfriend. They rip her clothes off, which was pretty, I don't want to say it was pretty brutal, but it was like, it did go a little further than I thought it was. And it was still tasteful how it did it. It wasn't totally exploitation, but I was still, for like 1968, I'm like, Yeah, this would be rough in like a modern movie, but anyways, I'm just saying like kudos to the movie for going there. And but yeah, they're just like sweating him. He's like an addict. I don't recall what they said, what he's addicted to. It's not totally paramount, but anyways, so they've isolated this guy, and he's just like, please let me have it, you know. Okay, should I just go into the spoilers? I'm gonna have to just go into the spoilers. So anyways, this guy is the first person who is killed. He is up above in like a balcony area, and you see what looks like a woman's hands, like arms. That was what I thought. I'm like, oh, that was one of the women. Someone pushes him off, and he cracks on the pavement. And again, it's either it's one of the people he committed the robbery with, because they're the ones who really would want the diamonds, want the key, don't trust him. It's either going to be one of those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other people, or it was the girl he brought with him. And so for me, that was the most interesting part then was, okay, I'm pretty sure it's got to be her, right? Because anyways, moving forward, now we're spending a lot of time with one of the guys. I think it was the Spanish robber. He's kind of getting close to the French girl, trying to see if she'll admit something, and she basically says no, she's not involved. And the couple, the guy who's now dead and the French girl, they had brought a radio with them, which now the mastermind, the guy who owns the castle, he's now talking to them through the radio as he's flying a helicopter over. We never see this guy, and he's talking about how if someone is willing to be in cahoots with him or something, he wants to split the diamonds down the middle, which, no, that's all supposed to go equal parts to everybody. But so now that's there, and now these people don't trust the French girl because they're like, you brought the radio. And she says, no, I didn't. And then the movie does that, lesser Giallo thing where it kind of meanders a little bit, and I started to kind of lose interest a little bit, just because it's like, okay, what are we doing? Like, let's get this going. Like, we had such energy, and now it's kind of like, okay, come on, and then the French girl gets murdered, and I was like, I'm a little less interested now in the outcome, because now it's just like the killer is one of the other robbers, one of the other criminals. So I was like, God, I don't know if I would have done that, but all right. I mean, I've been here long enough. It's like halfway through the movie. Might as well see what happens. And lo and behold, like, one girl is trying to work with the Spanish guy, and then trying to work with the German guy. They kind of start, the men kind of start killing each other. Suddenly, this dude is killed. Suddenly that guy's killed. In a really unique kill, someone goes into the garage, which previously the outer garage door was electrified, and so that killed one person. The French girl, by the way, was smothered with a pillow, which was like, I think she was stabbed and smothered with a pillow. I will say also that there was something I did notice in the beginning, which kind of did come throughout the movie at random intervals, that there was odd hang-ups with the editing, where it would be like a quarter second or half a second, something that's so small that it goes by, but it's there just long enough that you notice it, where something would just be like, oh, that was weird. Whether it's this character making an entrance, and we're going up there from their vantage, looking down on the others who are in the drawing room or whatever it is, and then there were just weird little things. It's hard for me to explain, but I just remembered thinking a handful of times, like, oh, that was odd. That was really weird. Didn't ruin the movie. It was just certainly like, maybe they could have done that a little better. We get down, and one guy is working with one of the ladies, and he goes in the garage, and all of a sudden the garage door closes on him, and he's in the car, and he can't get out, and the one woman who he thought he was working with, she's actually double crossing him, and she clicks some buttons, and suddenly the garage starts getting flooded with water. I'm like, what the fuck? And it fills up. He's drowned, and then she lets the water out. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, they brought in this guy who is like, he's not even featured on the poster. Okay, he's just called Callaghan. I think he said he's like the lawyer of the guy who owns the castle, or he's I missed it. I apologize, but he's also like one of those people who can inspect diamonds and verify the quality of them. At a point we get to, it's just this woman left, and this is a major spoiler. This is the end of the movie, and she's leaving, and the guy Callaghan is like, "Oh, is it okay if I just take a look at the diamonds? I've heard so much about them. I just really want to look at them and just, see the quality." And this is some, like, I think it was an Amsterdam heist, and he goes and he starts looking at them. He's like, just what I thought. And she's like, what? He goes, the Amsterdam vault has 2 vaults. One of them is a dummy vault with fake diamonds. These are fakes. And she's like, no. He throws a few of them on the table and starts smashing them with a hammer, and they shatter. And she's like, no. She starts having this, like, freak out, which was shot really well, where, like, the cameras, she and the camera are spinning around, and she's seeing all these visions of everybody, and she's losing her mind, and the guy's just kind of like, ha, like, you people are so dumb that you stole the wrong diamonds. And meanwhile, the guy in the helicopter, the mastermind, is still trying to land. And then we kind of jump. Callaghan is with the diamonds, and he's on the phone. And by the way, I did think that was a great twist, where it was like, oh wow, like they stole the wrong ones. This was all for naught. That's pretty good. But then it does a few more twists. So then we get Callaghan, and he's got this girl in, like, a car who comes to pick him up. And he's on the phone, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'd like to follow up on insurance claim 110 whatever, And he's like, "I have the diamonds. I told them they were fakes. The other guy, the mastermind, he's above in a helicopter, but he's not coming down. So, like, come on and come get them." And they're like, "Oh, excellent. Did you have any trouble?" And he's like, "No, I was never really in danger." So this guy was working for the insurance company to get the diamonds back. And then this girl in the car overhears this, that, like, no, I have the real diamonds here. Yeah, they fell for it. All of a sudden he's like, "All right, babe, let's go, or let's wait." And she just takes off with the diamonds in the car, and the movie just kind of cuts there, where it's like, oh, what's gonna happen next? And logically, she's probably going to get caught. I don't think this girl knows what to do with these diamonds. But anyways, yeah, it was a fun movie. It was fun. Again, it's one of those, you have to be a little more open-minded in terms of what you define a giallo as. For me, it fits right in there. It's a little bit more of a caper, kind of, but we don't know who a killer is for a while, and then we find out it's the guy with the cane. But then it's kind of like 10 Little Indians, where they're all just kind of killing each other, so it doesn't really matter who the killer is, because they're all the killer. But it's a fun one. I'm trying to think of some other ones that are similar to it. I feel like if you did a remake of it and made it less about the caper and more about the black glove killer, you would have Death Walks on High Heels, because that happens in the aftermath of a diamond heist. I would say I definitely prefer Death Walks on High Heels. That's just me. But yeah, no, Hyena is safe. Hyena in the Safe is pretty good. It's like I said, it gets a little slow at times. It kind of meanders at times, but I wouldn't say it was, like, totally wasted my time. But yeah, no, this was fun. If you're a giallo film collector, absolutely get this. This is certainly a rare one. Beyond that, I don't know what else to say. The movie was shot very well. The music was good. I don't really recall anything. It was acted very well. I will say I was surprised that I was not familiar with any of these actors. And lastly, for the title, A Hyena in the Safe, it's not bad. It's pretty good in terms of a giallo title. I don't know if it makes 100% total sense, but it's not also like, what? I don't get it. Hyena in the Safe, cool. It's kind of like conniving animal, and we got a safe which has to deal with the robbery or the money. So cool, whatever. Sorry, y'all. I'm very, very tired, and I'm very hot sitting in this room. But that's it. That's my honest review for A Hyena in the Safe. And coming up eventually will be my actual product review for the movie By Celluloid Dreams. And that's all I got. And I'll probably put it on the Patreon next year, that everybody who's a paid patron can vote for if I do a like retroactive Jolly Tally. If I go back and I do a Jolly Tally for one of the older movies that I never did one for because I didn't own the movie at that time. So that would be like Hyena in the Safe will definitely be in a running for that. Deadly Sweet will be in there. Black Veil for Lisa. Sweet Body of Deborah. There's a lot that I could put in there. I've even gained a few more of it. Oh my gosh. No, please don't vote for Beleth, Demon of Incest. Please do not. But anyways, that's all I've got. What are your thoughts on this movie? Have you seen it? Are you interested in seeing it? Please let me know. I actually really do like this back and forth discussion. Like I said, I actually do enjoy when somebody appreciates a more obscure Giallo film more so than I do. You know, and my opinion is not like the end all be all. I don't understand that. Some people get really bummed if I didn't like a movie. It's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. I still paid for it. So, I mean, it's not like I pirated the movie and, you know, and saying it sucks. Like, I still paid $30-40 for the movie. So, but yeah, do let me know what your thoughts are on A Hyena in the Safe, or if you're curious about buying it. Again, I will do the product review, so maybe that'll entice you. And yeah, I never want to dissuade somebody from buying a movie. I mean, if it's really up to your own discretion, whether you're a collector or you just want to curate your own movies. I could probably say if I was not a like collector of every Giallo that was, you know, that has a DVD Blu-ray release, would I own a Hyena in the Safe? Probably not. Honestly, probably not. I just don't see myself really rewatching it all that often, but again, different strokes, different folks, and that's just my personal take. But thank you for watching, and this is Tanner Leeser for The King and Giallo, and if nothing else, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you for watching.